Yes, you're right. I clearly underestimated the great Asclepius. I didn't know that you're also good in fighting, he commended. Have a seat. Let's talk about why you're here. I'm sure that you're not here to talk about my fighting skill. Turan ko sa kanya. You know, you know what? I can have you I can have you killed for disrespecting me, but I won't since I like you. Nakangiting tura ng matanda bago umupo sa single couch na malapit sa kanya. Ako naman ay umupo sa katapat nito. So, what do you need from me? Diretso kong tanong dito. I need your expertise. I have been hearing your name since last year. That's why I did some research about you. You are finishing your residency this year to become a neurosurgeon, and I cut him off. You don't have to lecture me about my credentials. I already know that. I need to know, what do you need me for? Or I can just call or I can just have you killed. Seryosong tura ng matanda. Marahil ay hindi nito nagustuhan ang sagot ko. I bet you can't do that because if you can, we wouldn't be having this conversation now, and my best guess is that I am your last resort. You wouldn't travel all the way here, just a pep talk. I tried not be intimidated by him. By the years of working with different kind of mobsters, number one rule is not to be intimidated cause if you do, they would stamp on you. Nawala naman ang ngiti sa labi ng matanda dahil sa aking sinabi at bumalik ang seryoso at madilim nitong mukha. I'm right. I am his last chance. That's why he's here. Dahil kung hindi, ay marahil kanina pa ako nakabulagta sa sahig dahil sa kapangasan ko. I'm quite impressed, but are you really the god they are referring you to? Makahulugang tanong nito. I don't need to prove myself to you. I already proven myself a million times. As around so you would know how patient I saved for the last years. Pagmamayabang ko. I know. I already did my research. This is the record of patient that I need to know. What's your prognosis and what would be the possible procedure? Sa kanito inabot ang folder na marahil ay naglalaman ng lahat ng medical test ng pasyente. The patient has glioblastoma multiforme and according to MRI and CT scan, it's quickly spreading through the brain. It needs an immediate operation. The patient needs an organ surgery. They need to remove as much of the tumor as possible. They will also need to implant medicated wafers right into your brain. You don't have to worry about the wafers. It will naturally dissolve into your brain and will release chemotherapy drugs into the tumor eventually. Paliwanag ko sa kanya. So, can you do it? Tanong nitong muli. I won't perform that since my improvised clinic cannot provide the medical apparatus for the surgery, and also I don't have my license yet, so you can't do anything about it. Does that mean your name is just a wax? I said I won't, but I didn't say I can't. What's in it for me? Matapang na tanong ko rito. This will be the next step to my plan. How much do you want? Seryosong tanong nito. I want what you have. Isang malutong na halakhak ang isinagot ng matanda sa aking sinabi. You really know how to crack a joke. You really think I would just give away my position just like that? Wika nito nang bahagyang makabawi sa malakas na pagtawa. I know for sure you won't, but you won't really have any use for that when you're dead. Let's say for about 3 to 4 months. Your brain tumor is spreading rapidly. All I'm asking is a chance. Trend me according to your liking. You decide after that. Besides, it's not like you have any other choice. You won't be coming here if you have. Bahagyang napatigil ang matanda at baka sa mukha nito na pinag-iisipan itong muli ang offer ko. Alam kong suntok sa buwan ang aking ginagawa, but it was a calculated rest. Fine, I'll give you a chance. And if I didn't get what I expected from you, I will kill you. He threatened. That's all I need. Now, these are the list. of things I need for your operation. Also, I need you get me a full-equipped hospital where I can do the surgery without anyone knowing. No one has to know about this. I have men get this ready. Sander, I needed to fly to Italy for the operation since that's where Don Alfonso Menandro Gotti's private hospital is located. That's where they want to perform the surgery since the Capo di Toto Cafe, which I found out means boss of all bosses, can't stay in the US for a long time. The Don happens to be the boss of the largest and oldest mafia organization in Italy and has a lot of other mafia organizations under him. We are now flying to Italy using this private plane. The Don is in front of me while reading the book, The Theory of Justice. For the people who don't know what real justice means, the irony is uncanny. What makes you choose me? Napangat ang tingin na ang matandang Don dahil sa aking biglang pagtatanong. Marahan, niyang ibinaba ang librong kanyang binabasa. Pagkatapos ay inayos nito ang butones ng Amerikanong suot bago nagsalita. Are you doubting your skills? Balik nitong tanong sa akin. I'm not doubting my skills, but I also know for a fact that I'm not the only great doctor in the US, even more so in the world. So why did you come to me? You know, son, in the world where I live, everyone is always looking for an opportunity to take over my place, and this news about my health is good news for them. I can't trust anyone in my circle to know about my condition. Sagot nito, but you trust them. I'm pertaining to the bodyguards na kasama niya sa pagpunta para hanapin ako. Oh no, I don't. I threatened them and hostage their families so they won't think about betraying me. I can't let my enemy know my weakness. That's why I look for someone from underground and that's how I found you. Patuloy na paliwanag nito. I am well known in the underground, you know. How can you be sure that your enemy wouldn't know that you came to me? Takang tanong ko rito. I'm still not satisfied with his answer on why of all excellent doctors in the world, he chose me to perform his surgery. You think they would think that my condition is severe if they would know that I seek for a no-name doctor? I need someone with the skills of a world-class surgeon but doesn't have a name yet. That wouldn't draw too much attention. That explains it. You went on a length of going through that just for the sake of your name and your position. If your position is that important to you, then why did you agree on my proposition? Why did give me a chance to take your position just like that? You know what? I already know that everyone around me would want to take my position if they could see a slight chance, but you are the only one who had the guts on telling it to my face, and I admire you for that. Men with that courage deserve a chance. Besides, I'm not getting any younger. I know that. And I know that there's still a chance that the operation won't go well. That's why what you said to me that day gives me an idea to think about my successor. And you agreed on me because you thought of making me your successor. Not yet. Like what I've said, I'll give you a chance to prove yourself, and if I'm not satisfied with it, I'm still gonna kill you. Seryosong tura ng matanda. He's the kind of man that is always true to his word, at alam kong kayang-kaya niya akong patayin, no matter what my status in life is. He didn't call boss of the bosses for nothing. It took us a couple more hours before we finally reached the airport. From there, we were escorted by a bunch of ununiformed police to the car that was waiting for us up to his mansion. It's more like a palace than a mansion. You have law enforcer under you. Usisa kong muli dito nang mapansin ang mga pulis na nakabuntot sa amin mula airport hanggang dito sa kanyang mansion. I have the law under the sun. And here I am the law, he proudly said. Ilang minuto pa ang nakalipas ay narating na namin ang mansyon niya. Feel at home while you're here. I will have you rest for a while before we proceed with the surgery. Hindi na nito natapos ang sasabihin dahil muntik na itong matumba sa kinatatayuan nito. Dali-dali ko namang naagapan yun at napigilan ang pagbagsak ng matanda sa sahig. Papa! Narinig kong sigaw ng isang dalaga mula sa hagdan at halos patakbo itong tumakbo papalapit sa kinatatayuan namin. Cosas pato mio padre, what did you do to my father? Malakas na sigaw niya sa akin. I didn't do anything to him. Your father is having a seizure and I need to check on him immediately. I told the woman who was hysterically shouting at me. I don't know how to speak Italian but I can understand some of it. I quickly checked his vitals. His vitals are below normal. I need to stabilize his vitals. Him being dead is not good for me and it will also be a death sentence to me, so I need to save him at all cost. I immediately loosen his ties so he can breathe properly, restrain both of his arms so we won't do anything that will harm himself due to his involuntary movement. I shifted his face sideways to drain his saliva to lower the rest of aspiration. The woman beside me keeps on screaming and panicking that really irritates me. Will you please shut your mouth? You're screaming the top of your lungs behind my ears. It's not helping me in saving your father. Malakas na sigaw ko sa babae na nasa aking tabi while I'm still restraining the Don and waiting him to calm down. Based on my observation, this is just a mild seizure. This doesn't need an emergency response since seizure is usually uncommon to those patients with brain tumor. How dare you raise your voice on me? Who is packing are you? Do you know who I am? Mas lalong ikinagalit ng babae ang harapang pagbulyaw ko sa kanya. Who you are won't matter anymore if your father died. So, will you please shut your mouth and let me do my job peacefully? Masungit ko pa ding angel dito. Doon lamang natahimik ang babae ngunit mas bakas pa din ang pagkadisgusto sa mukha nito dahil sa aking ginawa. 3 minutes had passed and the body of Don Alfonso started to calm down. His vitals are still below normal but he is definitely out of danger. Nang tuluyan na itong kumalma, ay inutusan ko ang mga tauhan ng Don na buhatin na ito patungo sa kanyang silid upang doon mas malapatan ng kaungkulang gamot. Akmang susunod na ako sa mga ito nang muling magsalita ang babae sa aking likod. Dab pensi Deander, where do you think you're going? I need to check on your father. I need to make sure that he's okay. Walang buhay na sagot ko dito. I don't want to talk to his irritating woman, but she's the daughter of the most powerful man here in Italy. That's why I can't just ignore her. Who gives you the permission to do that? Mataray nitong tanong. Your father, when he deliberately went to my place just to get my service. Pagkasabi ko noon ay tinalikuran ko na ito at pagkatapos ay dalidaling nagtungo sa daan patungo sa silid ng matanda. Nandatnan ko ang matanda sa loob ng silid nito na nakahiga at napapalibutan ng mga tauhan nito. Mayroon na ring iba't ibang medical apparatus na naka-install sa loob ng silid nito, katulad ng tangke ng oxygen at heart monitor na nasa silid ng kanyang kama. Give him some space so he can breathe properly. Utos ko sa mga ito nang mapansing nagkukumpulan ang mga ito sa paligid ng kama ng matanda. Agad namang tumalima ang mga ito sa aking sinabi. The doctor who is a friend of mine says that the next seizure will be fatal, but here I am, alive and kicking. Habol hiningang wika ng matanda nang bahagya itong nakabawi ng lakas. Halos paos ang busos nito habang nagsasalita dahil sa kakapusan ng hininga. You are alive but barely kicking, so stop rejoicing. We need to perform the surgery as soon as possible. Your friend is right. You just got lucky today. Your next seizure would be fatal. That's why we need to remove the tumor immediately. Seryosong turan ko sa matanda. I don't have any plans on tinting my clear record of 100% mortality for all my patients. They didn't call me Asclepius, the god of healing, for nothing. You really know how to spoil the pan. Tila batang turan nito nang sawayin ko siya. If you already had a trusted doctor, then why did you seek for me? Takang tanong ko dito nang banggitin niya ang tungkol sa kaibigan niyang doktor. He is already old. I asked him already but he refused, saying he is too old to conduct a complicated surgery. He might end up killing me if we pursue it. Natatawa nitong turan kahit na nanghihina. If you can trust him, then maybe you could also ask him to provide an assistant for me for your operation. I can't operate alone, turan ko. I could do that, singit ng isang matandang kakapasok pa lamang sa silid na yun. I'm Dr. Albert Smith. Pakilala nito sa akin. I may not be able to the lead operation but I can assist you with that. Tura nito sa akin. That's good. At least I won't need to brief you a lot regarding the procedure since I bet you already know what kind of procedure he needs in order to remove his glioblastoma multiforme. Yes, I do. When are you planning to start the surgery? Bungad nitong tanong. As soon as possible. I don't know when will be the next seizure. That's why we need to do it immediately. We can't be sure if he can survive the next episode. Paliwanag ko dito. Tango na lang ang sinagot ng lalaki sa akin bilang pagsang-ayon. See you, Albert. Tula ng tinig mula sa pintuan. It was the girl from downstairs, the daughter of Don Alfonso Medrano Gotti. Bambina, ganting turan ng matanda. I'm not a little girl anymore. Nakangusong turan nito. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know how fast time flies. Nakangiting turan nito sa dalaga. Sa kaniyakap at binigyan ng magkabilang halik sa pisngi ng matanda ang dalaga. See you, is he okay? Ang matapang na mukha ng dalaga ay napalitan ng lungkot at pag-aalala para sa ama. He's going to be okay, Mia Pigleia. Your papa is a fighter and besides, Dr. De La Torre here's going to be the best he can do to save your father. Noon lamang ako muling binalingan ng tingin ng dalaga. Pagkatapos ay sakang umiti. Bahagya pa akong nagulat nang dahil sa kanyang ngiti, she really looks familiar when she smiles. She reminds of me someone that I've been longing for a very long time. I suddenly miss her. The woman in front of me reminds me of the woman I left in Manila broken. I wonder how is she doing back there? Does she still remember me? I quickly pitched my phone on my pocket and dialed Hunter's private number. I'm using the phone that he built for me. It was a special mobile phone that doesn't need load because it has transmitter that hacks the signal of any network signal area and uses it without leaving a trace on my location. Most importantly, Hunter would know that it was me since it's only of its kind. Hunter, report. Bungad ko dito nang sumagot ito. Oh, hello my friend. I'm good. Ikaw, kumusta ka naman? Sarcastic kong sagot nito. Stop with the nonsense, Hunter. You know why I'm calling you. Seryosong turan ko sa lalaki sa kabilang linya. Yeah, I know. Wala ka namang ibang dahilan sa pagtawag sa akin, kundi ang makibalita sa pinapabantayan mo. Also, may I remind you, malaki na ba ang bill mo sa akin? 4 na taon ako nagtatrabaho sa iyo nang walang bayad. Sumbat nito sa akin. He's right. I'm not paying him since I don't have any money since I left home. Magre-report ka ba o hindi? Seryosong turan ko dito. Ito na. Ang sungit mo naman. May regla ka ba? Patuloy na pang-asar nito. She started dating last week. A guy named James Alcantara. He works in the finance department in the company she's working for. Hindi na nito natapos ang sinasabi nito nang putulin ko siya. What? And you're telling this to me just now? She started dating that guy since last fucking week. Galit na sigaw ko kay Hunter. Do, you call me. I don't get to call you, remember? Maybe if you call me last week. Matagal mo nang alam, maarting sagot ng lalaki na hindi man lang iniinda ang pagsigaw ko. Pak, tanging nasagot ko dito. He's right. I've been busy these past few weeks because of the wedding and the operation that I started to lead. Lalo pang nakadagdag sa iniisip ko ang mga ilang taong kumukustyon sa aking pagiging bagong tagapagmana ng pamilya Gotti. Don't worry, they haven't gone on a second date yet and I already took care of it. You sense obviously you've been busy. What have you been up to lately? Pang-usisa nito. Nothing that concerns you. I dismissed his question. What did you do to the guy? Tanong ko kay Hunter. Well, I dig a little about him, and I found out that he was a gay. I threatened to spill his beans if he continued to go on a date with our little Andy. Don't call her that. She's not yours, she's mine alone. Madiin kong sabi sa kanya. I don't like the idea of Hunter seeing Andy every day. I'm jealous as fuck and I can't do anything about it. Guess, you're so possessive man. Don't worry, she's all yours. I'm just here to check on her. Natatawang tura ni Hunter. Fuck off buddy, I need to go. I'll call you again in a few days. Keep an eye on her. Make sure that no man can come near here, not even touch a single hair in her body. Hindi ko na ito hinayaang makasagot at mabilis na pinatay ang tawag. So you're started dating now, my love. Not a chance, my sweet little Andy. You need to wait for me. I will never let any man touch you in any way possible, not on my watch. It took me a lot of years before I finally proved my worth to the organization and everyone involved. Not a year had passed that my leadership was challenged by someone eligible for the position, but none of them succeed. They're all either dead or invalid. That has become my statement. Anyone who dares to challenge my authority would not get away with it. As the year passed, I can't remember how many bloods were in my hand. I can't remember how many lives did I took just to be where I am today. I world-renowned neurosurgeon and the head of the largest mafia organization in Italy. Hindi rin nagtagal mula nang lumipat ako dito sa Italy ay natagpuan kong muli ang aking mga magulang. Ngunit sa pagkakataong ito, hindi ko na kailangan tumakbo papalayo sa kanila. I already got the money and power that I need without their help. They insisted that I went back to the Philippines, but as usual, I refused. After so many years, they finally give up and let me live my life the way I want. The way I want it, but I insist that I shouldn't cut them off in my life. How I wish that they decided that much earlier. Hindi na sana umabot ang lahat sa ganito. Kung hinayaan na lang sana nila akong mahalin at makasama ang pinaka-importanting tao para sa akin, wala sana kami sa ganitong sitwasyon. There's no turning back now. There's no use in dwelling in the past. I need to move forward. After 10 long years, I think it is finally time to take back what I lost many years ago. Ilang beses na din akong umuwi ng Pilipinas but I chose to keep my arrival quiet. Walang kahit na sino ang nakakaalam kapag umuwi ako sa Pilipinas maliban sa dalawang matalik kong kaibigan na si Magnus at Hunter. I also bought a private island in Siargao where I'm staying kapag umuwi ako ng Pilipinas. I bought that island for Andy. I remember how she kept on mumbling about Siargao when we were still together. She loved going to the beach, even though she doesn't know how to swim. I called my mother to inform her that I'm finally going back to Manila. I didn't tell her about my plans. I don't know what's her take on this after so many years. Hey ma'am, I'm planning on going back to Manila next week. Bungad kong bati dito. Bagamat hindi na ako muling naging malapit sa aking ina, ay patuloy naman ang pagtawag at pangungulit nito sa akin. She's hoping that we're going to back we were before, but it's too late for that. That's great news, Iho. Tamang-tama, maipapakilala ko sa iyo anak ng aking amiga. She's beautiful and perfect. Tuwang-tuwang tura ng aking ina. Wow, ma'am, how many times do I have to tell you? I'm not interested. You are just wasting your time. Walang ganang sagot ko rito. Every time that I will call her, she keeps on setting me up with any woman she thought would fit her criteria. She doesn't know about my marriage with Daisy. I don't have any plan of telling her or anyone. I already did something to fix that. But Iho, you're not getting any younger. It's time to start your own family. Tinatanggihan mo sila because of me. If that's the case, I know a perfect company that can find the perfect wife for you. What's that company name? Bahagya pang tumigil ang aking ina. upang sandaling isipin kung ano ang pangalan ng kumpanyang kanyang tinutukoy. That's it! The Billionaire Matchmaker Company. They specialize in matchmaking billionaires like you. I should give them a call. What do you think? Batid ang pagka-excited na boses ng aking ina. That's the company she works for. This is going to be easier than I expected. Fine, do what you want, ma'am. Give them a call if you want to. Kunwaring patay malis siyang sagot ko sa kanya, na agad naman itong ikinatuwa. I don't want to excited dahil siguradong magtataka ito kung bakit. Perfect! I will give them a call and set up everything before you went back there next week. Also, your father wants you to check on your company. On our company is getting old at hindi na niya kaya magtrabaho sa opisina. Okay, ma'am. I'll get it once I get back. Bye. Maikling sagot ko na lamang dito bago umabilis na pinutol ang tawag. At present, Andy, tulala ako habang nasa loob ng sasakyan patungo sa dati kong tinutuluyan. I didn't bother seeking Xander to bid my goodbye. Para saan pa kung ito na mismo ang may gustong umalis ako. I wanted to ask him why. Why do we end up like this? This far from what we wanted to happen. Ang gusto ko lang ay maging masaya kasama ni Xander, ngunit ang kasayang yun ay may malaking kapalit ang buhay ng pamilya ko.